This is a modern day crisis that no one is talking about. How a real estate giant's fall could destroy crypto, but could also bring XRP into the limelight. Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about a big story that's been happening in the financial markets, the real estate markets, and even now in the crypto and XRP markets. And you may have heard about it, but it's about a company called Evergrande. And I wanted to bring you all up to speed on what's happening with Evergrande so you don't have to keep trying to decipher all the news on Twitter and everything like that. So if you enjoy this style of video, then obviously hit subscribe and I'll deliver more. So what is Evergrande? Well, Evergrande is actually this real estate development company based in China that owns a ridiculous amount of the real estate in China. It's such a big company that it actually plays a role in China's GDP. Think about it. That's crazy. Anyway, they've grown and they've become this major influence in the global economy. And in order to grow at this speed, they've actually used loads of debt. But as the real estate market has kind of like settled down and the growth process has kind of stopped, they've now overborrowed. And now when it comes to paying back those debts, they're a bit like, oh, well...
我们已经不再拥有这样的东西了.
Well, recently, Evergrande were in a court trial, a case, basically, where the judge determined that Evergrande must liquidate their assets in order to pay back their debts. Think about this, at the scale of this. Liquidate your assets. Like literally liquidate. The whole company has to liquidate. Basically all of the real estate in China having to liquidate. A company's letting go of all of that money. This gets really important when we start tying in Tether, yes, you heard me right, USDT, into this whole story as well. That was amazing flow chart that I'm going to show on the screen here. I'll show it right over here. It's really, really amazing, this thing. It shows how Evergrande is connected to USDT, Bitcoin, Ethereum. It's really, really quite wild. And the link that we have between Evergrande and Tether is that they actually hold their reserves for their loans, their debt, in USDT. So consider the scale of Evergrande here. Evergrande is massive, makes up a good chunk of the GDP of China, and foreign investors. Like Evergrande is massive. It even went into like cars, I think, and sports equipment. They're a massive company. So if they have huge amounts of debt held, basically they're in reserves in USDT, and they collapsed, imagine how much USDT they have. Imagine what would happen to the crypto market if they brought USDT down with them. Now, if they did bring USDT down with them, that reduces all trust and all confidence in the crypto market. That in and of itself would bring Bitcoin down, and bring Ethereum down, and ultimately it would bring crypto down with it. That's the scale of what we're talking about here. So why on earth are people saying this could be good for XRP? Because I'm seeing it everywhere. It's all over Twitter. People talking about how Evergrande, XRP. I was looking at this thinking, well, this is like, if we're talking about clutching at straws, clutching at things to like really push the XRP narrative, that would be one of them, right? It doesn't seem like they work together, especially when you look at the idea of them bringing crypto down in general. If crypto comes crashing, confidence is lost in Bitcoin, Ethereum, but the rest of crypto too. So how is that good for XRP? So I want to get into some of the arguments that people are making for XRP in this whole situation with Evergrande. So one reason that people are really excited about this is that it could put XRP in a position where they are an alternative to Tether. Now that's kind of funny to me because of the whole joke about how XRP's price is basically a stable coin at this point, just not at a high price. But I know that's not what they mean. It's just I find that quite funny. But I guess the argument they're making is if Tether isn't sound money anymore, then what could be? Could it potentially be XRP because of its use case in the future? I think it's a pretty weak argument. Now this next one is pretty interesting. But if the economy does collapse and there is widespread, everyone in around the globe, all the financial institutions have seen how bad the financial system is, who are you going to call? It's that kind of thing, the Ghostbusters. I had to say it. But who are you going to call? You're going to call someone who can fix the infrastructure. That might just be Ripple. So it's good for Ripple and XRP potentially if the whole world deems the financial system as terrible and they look for a solution, and the best solution is XRP. There we go. That would be good for XRP and Ripple. But the whole economy would be crashing. So, you know, how that plays out, I don't know. Then the other reason it might be good for XRP is just simply because, you know, if people are in these assets that are all crumbling, maybe they want to diversify and potentially they diversify their investments into XRP. I think that one, again, is another weak argument. I think that's a weak argument because the whole market would be crashing anyway. You wouldn't want to be in crypto when it's all crashing. You would want to be in an asset class that isn't crashing, right? That would be a hedge. You wouldn't diversify into other cryptos that are all just going to go down. The next reason it could be good for XRP is just because XRP is the only one with legal clarity. Maybe that's the way everyone looks. They're like, okay, XRP is the one that's approved by the system, and let's move ahead with XRP. I think that's a moderate to weak argument. But I would love to know what you think about these arguments. Like, do you actually think this would be good for XRP? Or would it be so powerfully bad for crypto that it would also just be bad for XRP? But then you could look at it again as like, oh, Ripple's got all these banking connections and relationships. Maybe this is what is needed to repair the damage that is done by Evergrande. I think that's a moderately okay argument. You've also got the reach, which kind of goes into that banking relationships thing. And then you've also got the liquidity that the XRPL and Ripple XRP offers. Maybe that liquidity could be provided to those who need it. Evergrande. So this whole Evergrande thing has been massive news. I'm not completely sold it's a great thing for crypto. I'm pretty sure it's a negative thing for crypto just because of the ties of Evergrande to Tether. Bring Tether down, destabilizes the whole market. Bitcoin and Ethereum go down, the rest of the market go down. I think it is a little bit of a reach to suggest that the Evergrande crash and the liquidation of Evergrande would cause an uptick with XRP. I think that's a little bit of a push, but I would love to know what you think. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit like before you leave, hit subscribe while you're at it, stay emotionless. I'll see you in the next one.